Now let me, thank you, Paul. At the risk of being tiresome, let me ask you some questions, and you tell me if I'm onto something here.
Okay.
I remember years ago in some publication seeing pictures, and maybe you showed them on the program here, and you have a nice house somewhere, and you look out the window of your house, and there's a 707.
Yes.
And you're looking, and I'm thinking, oh, geez, he lives at LaGuardia? Where is I mean, do you still have the house that has airplanes parked?
The picture you saw of Ben was the living room area of that. But if you look out the windows, yeah, I still live there, and there's a 707 and now a Challenger 601.
Don't you hate the noise living there?
There's only a few of us on the airport.
So, this is crazy stuff, isn't it? So you live on an airport strip the way some people might live on a golf course.
Exactly. Exactly.
So in the morning, you wake up and you say to your wife, I think I'll go to Denny's in Atlanta.
Exactly.
And you get in the damn plane, and bang, zoom, you're gone.
I do. Yesterday, I flew in to see you, and it was literally that, honey, I got to go. I got to do the Letterman show, and I zipped off.
Oh, my God. So you don't need a car, do you?
Not really.
You walk out the door, get on the plane, and adios.
That was the whole idea.
Yeah, and then you come back and you land, and honey, I'm home. You reverse the thrusters. Honey, I'm home.
Exactly.
Boom. That's remarkable, isn't it?
And it's a lot of fun.
Well, it must be. I mean, nobody else lives like that, do they?
Well, I don't know. I mean, when I was a kid, I had this vision, even at 13 years old, of this life, of how I've established it, and you know, dreams sometimes come true.
Well, yes, congratulations on that. I mean,
thanks. Thank you.
The Wright brothers didn't live that close to airplanes. Let's talk about, well, you know, what's his name? You know,
Mr. De Niro?
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, okay.
Had you worked with him before?
I hadn't. I had met him years and years ago, and we'd been friends, you know, throughout the years. But this was the first time I actually got to do a movie with him, and it was a really terrific
We talked to a
experience.
lot of people about working with him, and a lot of people. I can't imagine this being your case. A lot of people are a little scared, a little intimidated. That's not the case with you working with Robert.
No, because, you know, Robert truly years ago changed the whole, he raised the bar for actors, you know, and he did Raging Bull, and he did New York, where you really became a boxer, you really became a sax player. And at that time, I really became a dancer in Saturday Night Fever, because that's how you did it, you see.
Right.
Thank you. And so, you know, when I said, you know, I better get my act together. I'm working with the guy who you know, changed the playing field a bit.
Yeah.
So this film that we did together, I play a Serbian soldier, ex-soldier. He plays an ex-U.S. soldier, and I went to Croatia, Serbia, and Bosnia, and I interviewed people, and I studied the accent, you know, intensely, and I came back with my homework done, and we rehearsed the film, and we filmed it, and it's a terrific movie. It's very, very powerful.
Now, tell me about the accent. To my ear, would I notice a difference between a Serbian accent and an accent from the old Soviet Union, or an accent from anywhere?
There are
in
overlays in it, you know, but there's a little bit of a change. The R's roll a little differently, and the placement in your mouth might be a little different, but you know, you have to ask the Serbians and the Bosnians, you know,
whether you got it. But let's get back to Saturday Night Fever. That would have been a completely different movie if you didn't know how to dance. Wouldn't it? I mean,
yeah,
it's just completely different.
Well, you know, what's funny is that I cried when I saw the movie, because when I first saw it, it was cut in close-ups. And I said, but I worked 9 months on this.
Yeah.
You can't do it in close-ups. Yeah. So we reversed it and put it in masters, so I could show off a bit, you know?
I would think so, for God's sake.
Because these puppies are sick.
Don't let him come to your wedding. So anyway, now you're working with Robert. Are you guys buddies, you and Robert?
Last year we traveled the world. His family and I, we went around the world together, and
I'll tell you
had a blast.
In all honesty, he was on this show a year ago. He came on with Dustin Hoffman, and he couldn't have been more peculiar. Paul, back me up.
couldn't have been more peculiar.
Thank you. So, now, John, now tell me, what is that? Is it me?
Well, there may be, you know, the truth is, some people are more comfortable doing this kind of thing than others. I'm very comfortable. I adore you, and I'm very comfortable with our rapport.
Well, that's very sweet of you to say, and I feel the same, and thank you very much. But if you are that uncomfortable, stay home.
Well, you got to promote the movie, you see. You've got to promote the movie.
I feel the same way about Robert De Niro, in different perspective perhaps, than you do. We were just crazy to get him on the show. Couldn't wait to get him on the show. Been trying to get him on for 30 years, and then he comes on like he's a paid escort at a bad cocktail party. It was awful. Well, he was doing a lot of this. I gotta get what? I gotta crazy.
Well, hopefully we'll make up for it in this movie.
I don't know. So you and the De Niros travel the world.
We did, and we do.
Was it to promote the movie or just for fun?
No, it's just for fun.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
And you got along fine. You had stuff to talk about.
Yeah, and you know, and there's a more serious side to this too. We both had, you know, he has an autistic son. I had an autistic son, and we were helping each other with tips and how to deal with that. So there was some.
Well, now I feel horrible because no, because that's a wonderful thing, and forget everything I said, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be mouthing off like that. I'm sorry.
Well,
this is a very serious thing, and God bless people who endure this.
Yeah. Well, yes. Thank you. But we, you know, and he loves traveling. I mean, Bobby loves being in airplanes as much as I do, except I like being up front, you know, and.
Funny enough, none of that came up the night he was here. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm glad everything's going well for you.
Well,
and the movie comes out July 12th. What are you going to do this summer? The fun stuff?
Oh, well, it started last week at Lima. Now I'm here.
What are you doing in Lima?
For Breitling Watches. I was doing promotion for them, and I got an award from the naval officers in Lima.
The Peruvian Navy gave you an award?
Yes, for flying, for achievement.
The Peruvian Navy gives him an award. I can't get an award from Old Navy.
I got an award from Old Navy.
Are you gonna show my clip?
Yes, we're gonna show the clip.
Good.
Just relax. Now, here's the thing. I'm trying to get to New Zealand.
You want to ride?
Can you get me to New Zealand?
You know, I told you before I adore you, and if you need a ride to New Zealand, I will give you a ride.
But there'd be a meal service on the flight and stuff?
Yes, a fine one, too. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you a little dinner story that I had with Bobby.
Let's hear it.
I promised him...
Bobby!
I said, as a treat, I will not fly on this leg that we flew, and I will have dinner with you, and I will give you a martini to start, which we enjoyed. Yeah. And a beautiful dinner, and a bottle of wine, and then I put him to bed in this little, you know, these little sections that I section off the plane with, and he woke up in New York, and he was so impressed. So I will do the same for you. I will wine and dine you all the way to New Zealand.
Okay.
If you so choose.
Yeah.
Let's practice.
I want the Bobby De Niro service. And what aircraft will this be?
Well, your choice. It could be,
really, I get to pick the plane.
It could be the Challenger.
Let's do the Challenger.
Let's do the Challenger. And I would love
Going to
do
New Zealand.
that.
Looking forward to that.
We're on our way.
Yeah. Now
we could bring our kids.
Bring the kids. Bring everybody, for God's sake.
I think Harry would love it.
Harry would.
He would love it.
Have you ever been to Easter Island? Mm-hmm. No. Let's see this movie. It's Killing Season. John has explained what it is, and it opens July 12th. The perfect thing to see in the middle of the summer. Tell us what it is.
Well, basically, before this turning of the tables here, De Niro's character thinks that I'm just a friendly tourist, that he's become friends with. What you don't know is that they have a past. They're both been war criminals, and they both are a little off balance and hurting from warfare. And so this is where he discovers that I'm maybe here for a different trophy than a deer.
Yes, it's not by accident that you appear in his life.
It is not by accident.
Okay, let's take a look. Killing season.
2 men alone in the wilderness. War. Distilled.
My bow's broken. This ain't a fair fight.
You, of all people, should know. War is not fair.
Have a great summer, my best in your family. Good to see you again, ladies and gentlemen. John Travolta. We'll be right back with Chris DiStefano. We're neighbors.